Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another thrilling episode of John Plays. Tonight we are going to be playing some Atari 2600. Uh, Still, full disclosure, I'm no good at this either. I'm actually even worse at Atari 2600. If you saw my ColecoVision video, I'm better at ColecoVision. We're going to start with Donkey Kong, which this is just a terrible port, but Atari did the best they could. But it's like the difficulty. I don't know if it just seems to be ramped up for the Atari. It's well, the controls aren't nearly as responsive as I guess the ColecoVision or whatever. You have to time your jumps over those barrels perfectly, or you will drop right on the barrel. It's pretty standard. It's just Donkey Kong. Nothing special. Oh, I thought it was going to get me because, like I said, you have to get just perfect. And then you got this screen here, which is the rescue screen. It doesn't start until you push the jump button, and then it starts. Now, the fireballs will simply just go back and forth. So, he didn't just go back and forth. He tricked me. I didn't see them do that earlier when I was playing this game. I thought okay, yeah, he does do a little trick there, doesn't he? Little sucker. So, it's Donkey Kong. You can jump these guys too. Since they don't go up and down the ladder. You see what I mean? The controls aren't very responsive. It's weird, man. It's just weird. Oh, he didn't get me. And game over. That's it. Game over. I didn't even beat that screen. Let's try it again. See if I can get to the at least the end of that second screen. You see? I dropped right on it. I thought I jumped it, but I dropped right on top of it. You have to almost time the jumps like perfectly almost. At least Mario kind of looks like Mario. They did a decent job. They gave him a nice walk cycle and everything. I like how his boots are red when he jumps. All right, so we got past that one. Let's see if we can get past this board. Ah. Trick me again, little sucker. Ah! I told you guys, I'm no good at this. I'm not lying. If you want to see somebody play video games well, you should not be watching this. You want to watch somebody play video games badly, then you can watch me. Oh, game over. All right, well, it goes right back to the second screen. It's just these two screens. They keep going back and forth. And that's it. So let's switch to a different game. How about Donkey Kong Jr.? Now, Mario looks like Mario, at least. Donkey Kong looks the same as he did in the other game. But, look, where's he at? There he is. Look at old Donkey Kong Jr. He looks more like a monkey instead of a gorilla. With this game, you can't go down there because you won't be able to jump across. You got to go across here. You can't jump that gap. And you got to watch out for those things coming down. Those are the traps. And you can't fall from, like right now, in the arcade, I could have dropped off from higher. But you can't do that in this game. All right, we got past that. At least I got the music. And then this is your other stage. You don't get you only get one bird, and they don't come down from the top. And you have to crawl all the way down because, like I said, you will take fall damage. It actually just seems to make the game. It seems to make the game more difficult, even though it's like it's a less complicated version of the game. I guess they had to do something to make it a challenge. I guess you have to have both hands on. See, it just seems the game just... I'll try again. See if I can get past the second screen. I told you guys, I am so bad at this. Oh, see, in the arcade, I would have gone down. Now watch, fall damage. See that? I couldn't even land back on that platform. I mean, it is the game. I mean, the game is just crappy. I mean, really. This is just... I mean, look at this. And why did I die there? Why did I die? I was on the platform. Man, I do that every time. I'm used to doing that in the arcade. Okay, I'm not going to fall there again. It'll put me in the water. Look. These stupid games. They're such a ripoff, man. All right, so enough with the Donkey Kong family. Let's go with something like Dig Dug. Dig Dug. At least Atari did have a lot more games than like ColecoVision. But they suck. Like, really bad. So we all know the premise of this game. You have to destroy the Pukas and the Rygars by blowing them up with your air hose. Oh yeah, those are rocks, so don't run into the rocks. At least they got the music and the sound effects right. They really did. I mean, it's ambitious for what they got. It's an Atari 2600. I don't even know the specifications on an Atari 2600, but it's not a very powerful gaming machine. There we go. And the Rygars, they will breathe fire at you. I never owned an Atari 2600. Not till much later in my life. I actually do own an Atari 2600 that just sits on my shelf. I think it works. I haven't plugged it in so long. And I have an Atari Classic. He got away from me. The Atari Classic console. But this is the easiest way for me to record it by using ROMs. So that's what I'm going to do. I own all the games that I'm playing right now. So don't take me to jail. Man, I could kill Dig Dug in the arcade. I was good at Dig Dug in the arcade. I could line them all up and drop the rocks on them and get super double score and all kinds of cool stuff. This game's actually pretty easy. He goes so much slower when he's going up and down. It's like the walk cycle when he goes up and down had to be completely different. So it takes up more memory or something. We'll do one more board. Because it doesn't look... Oh, I was about to say it doesn't look like I'm going to die anytime soon, but they almost got me. They were doubling there. I should remember that because that's the way it is in the arcade too. The thing about Atari though is... Oh, damn it. I mean, you got one joystick and one button. And that's it. So a lot of these games that you played that they've ported to Atari have more than one button, and that makes it even worse. Like, we'll play Double Dragon in a minute, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's Dig Dug. Let's do some Double Dragon, because I want to show you how terrible this is. Now, Double Dragon had a kick and a jump, or a kick and a punch button, and I believe if you push them both, then he would jump and kick. But in this game, you only have one button. So, feast your eyes on this crap. So you're punching. If you push up, if you hold up, it makes you do that kick. If you hold up, or you punch or something when they're behind you, or you push down or something, he does random stuff. He does, and then you can't hit these guys. Look at them; they're just beating the crap out of me. There's nothing I can do. That's how bad. Look, I didn't get a chance to get up. Look at this. Okay. Look, difficulty A too. Is A or B the hard difficulty? I don't even know. But darn it. I'm not even on his level, and he's hitting me. Now this guy's hitting. Where am I supposed to go? I can't even go through these guys. Well, stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god, how dumb is this game? There's nothing I can do. I mean, has anybody played this? Has anybody gotten farther than that? Is there a trick to it? Look, I'm going to do difficulty B because I don't know if I mean, which difficulty is the easy difficulty? A or B? I don't remember. I thought it was A. We're going to go with B this time and see what that does. And maybe it'll do better. Because they just beat the ever-loving shit out of me. There's nothing I can do. You can't get away from them. They can punch you when you're not even in front of them. Look. You hear me? I'm pushing the button. Finally, I knocked one of them down. Holy shit. I'll just keep button mashing. Oh, I killed one. Oh my god. Call the freaking mayor. I died. I killed one guy and then I died. All right, button mash. Oh, he still hit me. He caught me with an elbow. I wish I knew how to do that. Well, you hold up and you can do that jump. I don't know how you kick. There should be a way to do a back punch, like a reverse elbow. But I don't know how to do it. You can't. I am so confused right now. Okay, if you hold down and push the button, it makes you kick. What a horrible game. That is just a horrible game. I don't know what they were thinking. And okay, another game. Everybody talks about this, the worst game on the planet ever made, and caused the video game crash of 1983. And it's understandable why. I mean, they rushed this game out in like 3 months. And the programmer did the best he could. I mean, it's a very complex game. And that might be its biggest flaw. So E.T. comes down. And don't even think that I really have any understanding about how to play this. Now, those are holes. And even if you touch any part of it, like with your head, you will fall in. And then you got to hold the button and push up to make him float out. Which I don't remember E.T. doing that. I'm not really sure what these dots do. But you're basically trying to find the components to make the transmitter so that ET can phone home. Some of the components are in these holes. But as you can see, to get yourself out, you have to, and I fell right back down. You got to be careful. As soon as it disappears, you got to stop. Yeah, see that? This game, oh my God. If that energy runs out, it's the end of the game. I can't even get out of the hole. I can't get out of the hole. Oh. That felt. Oh my God. and if he grabs you, he takes you back here. And if you've captured any parts of your transmitter, you lose them. Now, I walked right into a separate board and fell into a hole. I didn't even know this hole was there. Look at that. How are you supposed to know that hole's there? Okay, there's part of the TV, or the phone, the ET phone home. I think those arrows up there tell you where you're supposed to go, and this guy, like I said, if he catches you, you lose all your parts. Fell in a hole. I don't think those little dots are part of the phone thing either. Go away, dude. Go up. One of them's a doctor and one of them's an FBI agent. You see how frustrating this game is? That's ET. That's ET on the 2600. That is just that, no wonder that game just was so bad. Nobody liked it. I remember playing it at my uncle's house and just not understanding what the hell I was supposed to be doing. At least you can't screw up Frogger too much. But there is really just kind of a level of difficulty on the Atari. Like, I thought those things were about to disappear because they were flickering, but I guess it was just because the baby frog was on them. Or the female frog, I should say. I don't think Frogger wants to mate with a baby frog. That would be nasty. Can you tell I'm no good at this game? I spent all that time trying to get the female. Gotta get her. Oh, get up here. Get her. I got her. I almost had to fly. Female. Boop. Come on, turtle. Woo! Oh, joystick got me. I'm playing with a PlayStation 3 controller. I'm sorry, PlayStation 4 controller, I mean. And the controller is really kind of too sensitive in some ways, and then in some other ways it's not sensitive enough, I guess. Like on Donkey Kong, sometimes you're trying to go up a ladder and you just keep going right and left. It doesn't seem to hit that sweet spot. And that could be part of the programming too, because the programming is so limited. You have to be in the exact same spot or the exact correct spot in order for you to climb that ladder. And if the controls are so shitty, then there's no way that you're going to be able to do that. Come on, give me a log. Oh, damn it. This is hard. Yay, I did it. And I think I got to fly. So that's Frogger. That is Frogger. The next game I want to play is a game that when I was younger, I was obsessed by this game. For some reason, I would see people playing this game and I'd be like, man, I really want to try that game. And then I finally got to play it and realized that I don't understand this game. Of course, this is Pitfall by Activision. I don't know what the premise of this game is. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Are you supposed to make it to somewhere and rescue a girl? I have no idea. But the game itself is not an easy game at all. You just keep walking through these levels and I see. That was the joystick, because I let off the joystick and it kept running. You have to push down to get off the vine. You can't push the button. Now here, you can't cross that. I thought you could jump on the alligator's heads, but you can't. See? So you can't go that way. So now you got to go all the way back. I guess there's a. See, I pushed the button and yet it didn't fall off. I guess there's a. Is there a pattern? Maybe is it the same every single time? I guess it is. Let's go down here. Jump the scorpion up. My foot touched him. That was it. That's the end of the game. That's how bad I am. So let's go this way this time. Now we can swing over these crocodiles with a vine. And we can swing over the pit with a vine. And the water, let the water come back and then go away again. Get right on the edge of it. Run, Pitfall Harry, right? That's his name, isn't it? Cross the water. Jump the fire. I'm sure you have to go down at some point. Why would they put that down there? Anybody ever see the South Park episode where Father Maxie had to find the Holy Book of Vatican Law, and they basically had him go through a pitfall maze to get there. What is the point of this? You just keep going. I mean, is there an ending? Okay, so obviously it's just going to keep... Okay, the trees changed that time. Do I need to go down there? Yeah, I guess so. The trees keep changing. But the board's not changing. Okay, now it's changing. Okay, there's money up there. Where'd it go? Can we get the money? Can we go get the money? Or no? Get the money. Nope. Nope, now we're stuck. We can't go past those crocodiles. And the money wasn't there. Now the money's back. How strange is that? Oh, I made it. I made it over the scorpion. I can climb up. Is the money going to be there this time? To get off the ladder, you have to push right. And he'll jump off the ladder. Not intuitive where you... Oh, the money's not there. Why would it be there? And now it's not. Was I supposed to get it? That's the thing about this game, man. I don't understand. Now if we go back this way, is the money back there? Yeah, there's the money. What the heck? You guys probably know a heck of a lot more about this game than I do. Like I said, I never owned an Atari when I was a kid, so I didn't really play this game much. I am so confused about what I'm supposed to be doing right now. This is the longest I've ever played, though, actually. I usually am long dead by now. All right, this game's just... There's got to be a pattern that I don't know, okay? There's got to be a pattern that I just don't know. So let's just... Okay, so that's Pitfall. So you got to see how terrible I am at Pitfall. The next one will be... Popeye the Sailor Man, he lives in a garbage can. There we go. He's strong to the finish 'cause he eats his spinach. He Popeye the Sailor Man. It's a decent enough port. Those don't look like hearts. That didn't hit me. Those are supposed to be hearts that Olive's throwing. At least Popeye looks like Popeye. Brutus looks like Maximilian from the black hole. Normally you get a warning that can's going to come flying at you because the old hag is the one that throws them. But she's not there. The can just comes flying at you. So you get no warning that flag's about to come towards you. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I just am really terrible at these games. I would love to show you the second level, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get there. For one thing, you think you're punching, but that's the punch. On the arcade game, Popeye throws out a nice long arm to give you an idea of where your punch will land. On this game, it seems like your arm disappears. Did I call him Brutus or Bluto? He's Bluto. I might have called him Brutus earlier. And there was supposed to be bottles of beer. And yes, this was a children's game. Well, there you go. We'll try one more time. We'll see if I can get to that second screen. This time I'm just going to kind of stay up here. Try to catch these hearts before they get below the first level. Try to avoid the beer bottles or the squares that he's throwing at me. It isn't easy to climb down those ladders either. He doesn't want to. He really doesn't want to go on the ladder. These games are so frustrating, man. They are so frustrating. I feel sorry for kids that have the Atari. I really do. Because these games not only are just terrible looking, but the difficulty on them is staggering, it seems like. Like, I hit the punch button. I'm not going to get to the second board, guys. I'm sorry. I'd really like to. But I can tell you right now, I've only got 7 hearts. And no lives left. And Bluto's kicking my ass. It's amazing how many kids now don't even know who Popeye the Sailor Man is. I grew up on Popeye the Sailor Man. And yes, I do like spinach, actually. But I've never kicked anybody's ass after I've eaten a can of spinach, which would be awesome. Oh no! Oh, did I get an extra man? I had my drink in my hand, and I couldn't get to the button in time. I guess I got an extra man at some point because I thought I was on my last life. So I believe, yeah. Okay, after this, 4 more hearts, and we can get to the second level. Go down, 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 down. All right. All 3 hearts are on the screen. I did it. There's the second level. Doesn't look anything like the video game or the arcade game. I'm sorry. There's your trampoline. In the arcade game, it's a springboard with Wimpy on it. Well, in this game, you got one on either side. And those are supposed to be notes that Olive is throwing down. Oh. There you go. There's Popeye. We made it to the second level, which is nice. I'm glad we were able to make it to the second level. Okay. Tonight also, I wanted to show you where? Oh. I'm way down below. I passed everything. Missile Command. Everybody knows Missile Command. Now, in the arcade, you had 3 of the fire bases. You have one on either side and one in the middle. On this one, you just have 1, but you have enough ammo for 3. So these 2 little black dots down at the bottom, that is your other two bases and letting you know that you still have that ammo in reserve. Each time you fire a missile, your little dot there disappears. So the premise is to destroy all the incoming missiles before they can destroy your cities. And you get a bonus for how many cities you have left. You also get a bonus for how many shots you have left, how many missiles. Now in the arcade, this was played with a trackball. And here, you got to play it with a joystick because the Atari 2600 did not have a trackball, I believe. I never saw one anyway. ColecoVision did. ColecoVision came out with a trackball, but it was this huge expansion module. So that's your missile command. Man. Show you what happens when one of your cities gets destroyed here. Ooh, and it's going to destroy my center there. See that? Now, see that? I lost a base or a launcher or whatever you want to call it. So it hits your cities. You lose a city. If you lose all your cities or all your bases, the game's over. So that's it. Not very complicated. The missiles get faster. There's more of them. I think in the arcade, I may be wrong, but in the arcade you could get a new city once you hit a certain amount of points. And there are people that can play this game like nobody's business. The worst thing about it is I can let that hit because that city's already been destroyed. The worst thing about it playing like this, yeah, the cursor only moves at one speed. In the arcade, the cursor moved however fast you spun the trackball. So it's nowhere near as easy just by moving the joystick. And I can't imagine trying to do this with a classic 2600 joystick. One thing you can do if you own a 2600 and you've been really frustrated with that joystick all these years is you can plug a Sega Genesis joystick into the Atari 2600 and it will work just fine. I guess that was a plane, I think. In the arcade, I think those are planes. Oh, is it going to get me? Oh, yeah, it got me. So that's Missile Command. Same board over and over and over. I hit 10,000, so yeah, that noise said I got a new city. There we go. Missile Command. Now Millipede. And these were all Atari games. These even the arcade cabinets were Atari. So there's really no excuse why these games shouldn't be pretty close to the original. Basically, you're just a square. Do you know that in the arcade for Millipede and Centipede, it looks like you're some kind of little gun down at the bottom, but you're actually an elf shooting a bow and arrow. Little bit of trivia there for you. You get that. If you can hit that DDT, it'll kill the centipede. Ah! Millipede was much harder than Centipede. So there's Millipede, and then I do believe Centipede's on here, so let's check it out. C-E. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, there it is. They did a pretty good job, though. I mean, for the Atari, that's not bad. You're still just a square. And there's not as much going on in Centipede as there are in Millipede. You don't have the DDT bombs either. But it really is just basically the same game. Millipede's just got a lot more stuff coming at you. Still got the spiders and that dude that falls down. I'm sure that if I practice, I would get better at this. It's just practicing at these games to me is just, it gets boring after a while. I don't know. Like I can sit there and play World of Warcraft all day and just farm materials and stuff like that. And to me, I just don't get bored doing that. But something like this, I'll just be bored out of my mind after a bit. Come on. You got rapid fire. You'd think you'd be able to hit him. I think he disappeared. I don't know about you, but it looked to me like that shot went straight through that thing. There you go. There's Centipede, another game that I suck at. One thing that they tried, if you've ever played Congo Bongo in the in the arcade, or any type of arcade port of Congo Bongo, you know that it is a very odd game because it's on like this isometric angle. So Atari tried it out, and they tried hard enough to get that isometric angle going on, but I wasn't even good at this game in the arcade. This is a very not easy game just because of the angle. And they probably did that on purpose. It's hard to tell if those coconuts are about to hit you. And yes, they are supposed to be coconuts. I think you have to jump here. Yeah. And then that thing falls. And then the monkeys can't kill you, but if they get on you, they'll slow you down and you can't make that next jump. Which I think I'm supposed to jump over there. It's hard. I don't even, what am I supposed to do? I mean, look at that. What the heck? I don't know how to get up there. How do you get up there? In the arcade, you jump over the water. I'm pretty sure you do. Like he can jump 100 miles sideways, but he can't jump up. I know that I'm supposed to jump over that water. I tried. I hit the water. It's just this weird angle. You just don't know how to... It's hard to navigate. And then these monkeys, they don't make things easier. Okay, there he goes. He jumped. Yay. Now can I get up there to the ape? I did it. I did it. They got the music pretty good too. Oh my God, look at this. Like, what in the hell am I supposed to do here? Can I jump that gap? Nope. What in the hell am I supposed to do? Can I jump on those things? I wouldn't think so. No? You jump on a lily pad? I guess not. See? This is what I'm talking about. the limitations of the Atari actually make the game harder because you have no idea what you're supposed to do or what you're supposed to jump on. Like, what were those things floating in the water? What were they even supposed to be? Nobody knows. Let's see. Mr. Do. I wanted to play Mr. Do with you guys. Obviously, these are all ROMs. A lot of these games I've never even heard of. Gangster Alley, Gas Hog. I thought Gauntlet. I was like, "Oh, Gauntlet." Let me click on this and show this to you. This is Gauntlet. I don't know why it's called Gauntlet. It has nothing to do with the arcade style Gauntlet. You're basically just this guy, and you can't stop. He just runs. You can't stop him. You can speed him up, and you can do that to slow him down. Basically, you just have to get through this, I guess, gauntlet of trees and rocks and arrows. I guess you can stop. Stopping doesn't help. I don't know the premise. I guess you have to just get to the end. Doesn't seem like you have any lives either, because I'm not dying. All right, we're doing better now. You can jump. Don't try it. You can jump over the logs. Am I down to one man? Because I went from 2 to 1. I don't know what that means. And once again, the joysticks are not responsive. Even with these newer joysticks. I can't imagine trying to play this on the Atari 2600. If anybody knows anything about the Atari 2600, if you spend any time playing it, those joysticks, after a while, they get so stiff. And you just really have to push them in what direction you want to go, and you have to hold them in your hand. It's just a very awkward design. So that was Gauntlet. I just wanted to show that to you. Nothing special. Excuse me, I have an itch. Oh God, my eye is itching. So yes, Mr. Do. If you remember, we'll do Mr. Do. So if you remember me playing the ColecoVision last week, we played Mr. Do. So don't expect this to be anything like that Mr. Do. So here you go. Mr. Do for the Atari 2600. I mean, yeah, they tried, but you're only allowed to have 2 monsters on the board at once. Obviously, because the Atari can't handle any more than just those 2. And then you see that once you kill one, I died. And then there's the X for the extra. And the monsters just keep spawning. After you kill them, they respawn. So you basically just have to get get all the cherries. Ah! I thought the A came out. I guess it didn't. I don't know how you make the letters come out, because in the arcade version and in the ColecoVision version, they come out when you get the fruit in the center, or if you hit a certain So I don't know if you kill enough monsters, maybe the fruit will show up. Let's try it. Because we can just sit here and kill monsters. Oh, as long as my snowball shows back up. Give me my snowball! That's right. I forgot. You have to eat things to get your snowball. Alright, we'll start over. We'll do the first board, and I want to see if I can kill all the monsters. Alright, that was 2. Well, what a cheating sucker right there, boy. Did you see that? Alright, there's the A. He showed up out of the middle. I'm not sure why. He just decided, hey, I'm going to come out. Alright, I didn't get the fruit. I killed all the monsters and no fruit. So I don't know exactly how you manipulate the letters at the top that come out. Oh, come on. And he doesn't point up. You don't know if he's pointing up because he always faces either right or left. Like if I wanted to shoot it down right now, it's going to shoot to the left, but I have to push down for him to be, I guess, facing that way, even though he's not facing that way. But to shoot in that direction, you have to push down on the joystick first, which makes sense. But you would think that maybe they can make him look like he's going in a different direction. And also, couldn't they make numbers? Because on Mr. Do, each level is shaped like its number. Like a 4 is shaped like a 4. 3 is shaped like a 3. That got me. And this is another game that just... the limitations of the console make the game harder. I just can't get away. So that's Mr. Do. A couple more. We'll do a couple more. Hope you guys are having fun. Took a while for anybody to watch the ColecoVision, but once it got going, people seemed to start enjoying it. Pac-Man. Supposedly the most popular game for the Atari 2600. Same thing with Pac-Man. He can only face right or left. You got the 4 ghosts on the screen. But the reason they're blinking is because only 2 ghosts can be visible at the same time. The thing that didn't make sense is you would think that Pac-Man would be a very easy game to port to any console. It's not a very complicated game, you know. But still, Pac-Man only faces right or left. I understand why the ghosts have to blink like that because of the limitations of the Atari, but why couldn't you make the boards look like a Pac-Man board? I mean, what stopped you from doing that? What stopped you from making the boards the same shape as a Pac-Man board? And what stopped you from making the dots dots? The dots aren't dots. The dots are dashes. I mean, I don't know what the reasoning is behind that. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. In the 70s, you wanted to play Pac-Man at home. This is what you got. ColecoVision never had a Pac-Man. So I never got to play Pac-Man on my ColecoVision. A bunch of my friends had Pac-Man for their Atari, and I was like, oh man, you guys get to play Pac-Man. But they're not really playing Pac-Man. They're playing something that resembles Pac-Man. I'm sure this was licensed by Bally Midway. I mean, there was a lot of shady crap going on back in the day between video game companies and stealing each other's ideas and stealing each other's designs. Even Tengen started making Atari 2600 cartridges. They also started making Nintendo system cartridges. Oh, they got me. There's your Pac-Man. There is your Pac-Man. I don't think we have a Miss Pac-Man, though. I don't believe. Oh, yeah, we do. Let's try Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man looks a little bit better. Miss Pac-Man looks like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, and she can face up and down as well as left and right. However, we're still dealing with dashes. But the ghosts look much better. They still have to blink. It's happening so fast that you can't tell, but there's only 2 ghosts visible at one time. So they did a much better job with Miss Pac-Man, and the board looks a lot like the Miss Pac-Man board. They got pretty close to it. Now, I've never gotten very far in this game, so I can't tell you if the board ever changes. There's the first board, second board. Same as first, but we have a strawberry this time. I didn't even think they had fruit in the Pac-Man port. They had a dot. That's right. There was a dot in the middle. They could get that right. They could turn that into a dot. Now in the arcade, at the end of this board, you would have got a cutscene called They Meet, which shows how Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man met. And then after the second set of boards, you get a cutscene where the stork delivers baby Pac-Man, basically. And the baby Pac-Man game was just a terrible game. Oh, man. Darn it. I think they combined it with a pinball machine, if I remember correctly. And I just thought it was odd because a lot of people that play video games are not that into pinball, and a lot of people that play pinball are not that into video games. So they kind of tried to combine the two. I guess that's how the board changes. It changes color. Oh, it changed shape too. So yeah, well, you get different boards now. So, I mean, that's ambitious. Miss Pac-Man's not a bad game for the Atari 2600. It actually kind of feels like you're playing a Pac-Man game. Nothing like Pac-Man itself, which didn't feel like a Pac-Man game at all. I'm not one of those people that tries to eat every single ghost whenever you pick up an Energizer. There are more cutscenes too. There's lots of boards on Miss Pac-Man, and you will eventually end up back on the original board, but it'll be much harder and much faster. Also, Miss Pac-Man, I believe, has a randomizer, which randomizes the movements of the ghost. I'm not sure if this one does, being Atari and all, but the arcade made the ghosts random and would randomize their movements. I'm not sure if that completely negated the patterns that people came up with for Pac-Man, because I know in my arcade, in my hometown, there are a few guys that memorize the patterns and could sit and play regular Pac-Man for hours at a time without dying. It was fun to watch. But I mean, once you learn that pattern, you're there. You got the pattern down, and you can beat the game anytime you want. See if we can get past this board. See if there's another new board at the end of this one. Boop. Do. Yep, there is. You get another new board. So at least this Pac-Man has new boards. You know, separate, different boards. It's not the same thing over and over and over again. It moves at a decent speed. It actually does feel like you're playing Pac-Man. So there you go. That was Miss Pac-Man. They even have the attract screen from the video game or the arcade game. Yep, pretty close to it. Doesn't tell you the name of the ghosts. Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and Clyde. That's their names. All right, let's do one more game. Let's look for a fun one here. Let's look for a fun game. How about Porky's? Nah. Raiders of the Lost Ark is a very confusing game, and you need 2 controllers, which I don't have. I only have 1 controller hooked up. But you have to have 2 controllers for a 1-player game. Road Runner. This was actually an Atari game that was in the arcades, and this was 1989, so this is near the end of the 2600's lifetime. I mean, the 7200 and the 5200 were out at this point, I believe. So they were still making this. Now, this was an arcade game. It looked a lot better than this in the arcade. Of course it did. But basically, you're the Roadrunner. You have to run away from the coyote, and you have to collect this bird seed. And try not to get hit by the truck. And you cannot stop the coyote. There's nothing you can do. But you can cause him to be hit by the truck. Maybe. And if he catches you, he carries you away. Once again, this is another game that should be a lot easier. I think you have to collect all the birdseed too. That's how you end the level, by collecting all the birdseed. It's not an easy game. At least it's not for me. All you have is a jump button. You can't speed up. I think, you're supposed to go back and get whatever birdseed you missed. Eventually, the coyote will just start to catch up to you, and there's nothing you can do. I like how he just stands there and watch you get carried away by the truck. Yeah, something's beeping. I'm like running out of time or something's going on. Ugh. Well, that's Roadrunner. It's a really crappy game. It's not even that much fun, man. Not even that much fun. But that was the Atari 2600. Just a few select games. There's obviously many, many more you can see here. There's games. There's thousands of space games galore. Space Attack, Space Canyon, Space Cavern, Space Invaders again, Space Jockey. Space Invaders is cool. Space Invaders was the first ever video game that I ever saw in my entire life. We did not have an arcade in my town until the video game boom was already in swing. And the only place that I knew of a video game existing was at the Safeway. And it was this one. Space Invaders. So to me, this was my introduction to video games. The cabinet was really cool too. The cabinet had like this backlight mirror type image stuff, and the sound was awesome. Like that that you're hearing right now was actually boom, 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 boom. It was really bassy sound. But there was this, and then not long after, they put an Asteroids in next to it. So it was Space Invaders and Asteroids was my first 2 video games that I ever saw. And I would too, man. I'd spend hours up there at Safeway playing Space Invaders and Asteroids. And once again, not any good at it. I never really got good at it. I guess just There's so many people that they can play these games like, I don't know. I can play other games like Zelda and stuff and do pretty good at that. If he drops, yeah, he got me. I should have been able to kill that one. But that's Space Invaders. First video game I ever saw. Lots of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I did. Next time I think I'm going to play some NES games, some regular Nintendo games. Have some fun with that. If there's any other games that you would like to see me play, I have ColecoVision, Atari 2600. I have Super NES, NES, and Genesis. I also have a couple of GameCube games, but they're like Zelda, so it wouldn't be prudent for me making a video of me playing Zelda. So hope you guys had fun. I know I did, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.